and introducing to you first. Fighting out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 113.7 kilograms and trains under Steve Walton out of Wolves Den. With an undefeated amateur record of 1 win for 0 defeats, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Ashby Tink! And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he weighed in at 118.2 kilograms and trains under Chris Drummond at a hybrid training centre. With an amateur record of 3 wins for just 1 defeat, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together, make some noise for Brayden!
Interesting, when I saw Ashby Tink fight for the first time, I thought what he was obviously susceptible to was the takedown. So it was a stand-up fight, so it'd be very interesting to see if he gets taken down at all. I don't think it's going to happen in this fight for some reason.
I think they're both going to stand and bang.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yes, like you've seen Daniel Bradshaw. That's gold.
But here we go. Oh, yeah, there's the double unders here from Ashby. Wow, and he's using, this is where he needs to use, he's got that double unders and he needs to use the fence to his advantage and set up a trip.
This matchup presented by proper number 12, Irish Whiskey. Crowd getting right into this one. Ashby Tink.
He's using that body lock to engage those trips beautifully. And this is where Brayden needs to try and get an underhook and fight to get in there. And he can't just stand there flat against the cage, or he's going to get tripped. He really needs to be shucking and moving his hips along those cage to try and turn. Because as you can see here, there's Ashby still working those grips, and he needs to be trying to turn him and threatening those legs for a trip here. But now he's broken that grip, and let's see, Brayden really needs to try and shoot out here off the cage, but again, he's fighting that. Here we go, he's fighting, turning the corner.
It's interesting, this wasn't where the fight was going to go. I thought they were going to go to the middle and have a bit of a swing. They did at the very start, but all of a sudden the takedown happened and they've been in the clinch ever since.
But even there, I mean, we've got a 5 kilo weight difference, I think, for towards Brayden. Someone that heavy weighing on you, and these people would think these cage situations here, they're just resting. This is weighing heavily on your body, holding someone's weight.
Knees thrown by the former Olympic swimmer in Ashby Tink.
But there we go, it's level change.
Look at that.
But this is that front headlock position where, you can lose that position or you can end up on your back. It's where, with a heavyweight, you don't want to be like that.
I think the lion just needs to get out there and probably head to the middle of the cage.
Or use the weight differential and weigh on him. As you can see,
he hasn't been doing that until about now. He's listening to you, Daniel Bradshaw.
But that's where he needs to use that right underhook high up on Ashby, and that's exactly what he doesn't need to do there. Let him turn the corner like that, because that's where Ashby can control it. But both of them seem quite content with the upper body wrestling rather than engaging legs, until that's where he can threaten that trip now. But this is where the clinch work here becomes much more judo orientated, trips, throws. They're not focusing on the legs. They're not engaging the single legs or the double leg takedowns. But both seem quite content to stay here.
And scheduled 3 by 3 minute rounds.
And there's that Muay Thai fight. There's a beautiful offset kick there.
Ashby goes in to last few seconds of ground and pound. He's got to land, because a lot of those were land. Let's see what happens in round number 2.
That's where we saw the Muay Thai of Ashby using those little offset trips from the clinch. That's the difference maker there.
Nice kick there by Tink, but nicely blocked by Iron. This is where they're going to start swinging.
And Ashby's using a lot more kicks, whereas Iron, again, much more hands orientated, and that's the danger.
He's catching the kick and getting a receipt in return.
But that's where Iron could engage the full body lock double under control there, but he's given up, and this lets Ashby now fight for double unders, and he can turn the corner off the cage here and get into a more dominant position. See, that's exactly, he's got the high underhook, using that to scoot and turn the corner. And now, as you can see, he's controlling just inside the elbow. He can change that to the hand control where he can fight to get double unders and get in a super dominant position here. But we can see, like, especially a lot of the Muay Thai, there's the framing. He uses his left arm to set up the knees. But again, that's the danger. If you don't control and separate at that distance, Brayden can throw and land.
Well, that's interesting you say that, Daniel, because Brayden's hands seem more dangerous than Ashby's at this point of the fight, what we've seen so far.
Very focused on just hands, whereas Ashby's trying to mix it up, but when just those hands land, they're doing damage. But this is where now he's got that double under control. He needs to be turning the corner, scooting one of those legs off the cage and engaging the trip. Because he's got complete control of the upper body here. That's why he needs to isolate one of these legs and start working with the trips in here. I think judges-wise, if you're holding here, you're not doing much damage, and it can work against you in some cases. And now you can see Brayden fighting for the underhook, turning the corner, and reversing it completely.
A similar mode to round number 1 so far, so I'm sort of expecting they're going to start throwing hands, maybe a little bit further out towards before the end of the round.
But that's what even Ashby, you can see, he's not using his body lock to his complete advantage. If you're not going to use it, you should try and set up some frames and frame off and then engage the knees, because that's where then you can do some more damage.
Ashby was trying to...
But I think that trip there is for both of them. It's just who wants to put the effort in and go for it.
I thought Tink was going to attempt it then, but just couldn't get him down.
And now he's giving up double unders, and this is a very dangerous position for Ashby. But again, breaks it out now. Neither of them are there.
Oh, here we go.
Level change.
Like it taken down here.
They're turning for the single leg here. Ashby needs to push there.
There's the takedown.
And a man this size on top of you is very dangerous.
This is where I was talking about before, because this is something that Ashby Tink hasn't been before. He wasn't there in his first fight.
And this is where Brayden's quite high on him, and it's against the cage, so he can be a little bit more lackluster and take his time, because he's got the cage.
And what's in his favour is that it's happened towards the end of the round, so if it happened earlier, he'll be in a lot more trouble than what he is right now. He's going to get a few punches here before, to be honest with you.
And let's see who pushes what the corners are saying. Is Ashby going to keep the distance and use those kicks? Because that's the thing, Brayden comes forward. Once he closes the distance like this, those kicks become non-existent. He's beautifully closing the distance.
You said it best before. It's like the weight, the size of
someone leaning on you.
Leaning on it. It takes a lot out of you, especially with you've got good cardio, like what Tink has.
But Brayden's doing it beautifully, like we've seen in some of the other fights. And we said they're staying at the distance they want. Brayden wants to be in close, and he's walking forward, walking through, and throwing those shots, and negates the kicks completely. But now this is where I think whoever can dominate these positions and actually look to score a takedown can get some dominance here.
I think Tink was attempting a takedown and get some payback for the end of round 2 then, but a lot of position in round 2 is where we see it right now.
Yeah.
But again, would the takedown then sway the judges?
I think so, especially because it was quite even. It was back and forth turning off the cage. The takedown is the clear cut, for me, the points differential there. And he's looking for that same single leg. He needs to turn to his left. But if you leave your head out like that, that's where you can get caught with these front choke positions. But again, it's very, very sweaty. The biceps are covered in liquid. But this is where Ashby needs to use and turn and frame, knee. If you're not going to use this to engage trips and takedowns, use it to strike.
So that minute and a half to work.
Because this is
both fighters, because it's up for grabs.
He's beautifully controlling that hand with his left. That's where you can use that to your advantage. Start around, throw the left knee as Brayden leans to his right. Look at that knee's there.
Nate Pintabon is going to, it's a low blow. I thought he was coming in to separate him from Nate, but it was a low blow.
But that was beautiful how Ashby was using that high underhook and then hand controlling, and obviously the knee accidentally is gone low. But that opens up a whole range of shots if you can control that hand and throw that knee to an unprotected body. But this again, at this weight, it's a great little break for them both to recoup and get some cardio back.
Now we've got a couple of good fights coming up on our prelim portion of the card. Adam Lawrence taking on Sam Miles next, and quite a looking forward to is Lawrence and Chai White taking on Tom Ackley. Back to the action.
See Brayden straight forward in the punching distance. There, a beautiful turn the corner by Ashby. But Brayden's keeping it in punching distance, and that's what Ashby's really not liking.
He wants to keep it in close in this clinch position and try and dominate position.
But I think scoring-wise, even in these positions, if Ashby maintains position, you're still, to me, that's what you're winning the positional exchange there.
Keys to the thought process of the judges, isn't it?
Brayden's landing better shots, but he's letting Ashby control, and there's Ashby searching for that hand control again.
Problem is, I don't think the patch stat would be very high. 20 seconds left, and let's see if they go start swinging to final.
I mean, a takedown would really swing this round. Awesome damage. I think if Ashby does end here, I think he steals this round just purely by coming forward. And this is where Ashby needs to come forward.
There we go.
See, Brayden wants to swing, and the judges look at that. He's aggressive, coming forward, swinging. And this finish here could swing it with the judges. Yeah.
The finish is off the round.
What a finish.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of back and forth action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score this fight 29-28 for your winner via unanimous decision in the red corner,